Warning, this video is only for 14 and up, and if you're under, please leave this video, because I will not be accused of something I don't want to be accused of. Please, if you're under, leave the video. Stories go through the air. You can listen and you cannot. But stories are here to help. Understand what is right and what is wrong. But sometimes stories can do the opposite. There's no right or wrong. You have to form your own opinion. But that is not what you're here for. You're here to listen to this silly little god of this channel. Listens to his mind going on about his stories, about the different worlds where he's traveling to, and where he can make some small different in a timeline. Welcome to the Blue Mask What If channel. Hello everybody, this is Blue Mask and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys will enjoy. Let's begin. Hello everybody, and this is Blue Mask and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys will enjoy. And today we are continuing What If Cranel was a Sheikah. Last time, if you guys haven't seen it, Cranel has gone and get his new armor set from Crozo, or he's in the time between this episode and last, he is done with the armor set and the swords. He is done with it, he's done fixing it up, and the swords are done. But he went to that, had help with Gareth, help from Gareth to go into the Faces of Familia to ask for help. And he also gave a scroll of how to make the armor set of the Sheikah and the weapons of the Sheikah to one smith, and only one smith. No one else is allowed to see it. But it didn't say one smith goddess. Only one smith that's a mortal. So Belle gave it to Hephaestus so she can teach Wealth how to make it, because she can literally understand anything because she's a goddess. He gave it to Hephaestus that is teaching Wealth how to make the armor set and the swords to Belle. He has also told a few memories of his friends from Hyrule to Tyona, Lufia, Eyes, and that's it. By the way, Belle has told about his friends to his familia, so Lily and Ryu does know about his friends, and Hylia, aka Hestia, of course knows about his friends. And I want to make this clear because I forgot to name two people in that last episode of the Friends. We have Sora, Princess Sora of Hyrule. She is the middle child of the royal family and likes nature and the wilds like her father. You know who her father is, if you can understand what I'm meaning. She is the middle child. She's mostly casting spells. Then we have Michael and I think I said Luke. Yeah, Luke. Michael and Luke. Michael is Belle's friend from Tano village. They're good friends. have been around each other for many, many years. He's like 2 years older than Belle. So he's 18. They're very close. He also met Luke from Michael because they were best friends. Belle is just a great friend to Michael, not best friend. So they're good friends, but Michael and Luke, from Belle's opinion, are best friends. But in the last 2 years of Belle knowing Michael, they have been some away from each other. They did not talk to each other, for what Belle could understand, for 2 years. Then we have Zelda's friends. There is the prince, or not the prince, the brother of the queen of the Zoras. He come from his part of the world, came to live with his sister because of he just wants to. He's living with the queen of the Zora as a sort of prince, but he's not in the royal line. He's just considered a prince. He's very nice, like, sorry, I'm kind of blocking out. It's Link and shit, I'm blanking on the name. It's... He has the kind of same personality with the previous champion of the Zoras in Wild's area. So he's kind, he's compassionate, but if he's gonna fight, he's gonna fucking fight and fucking defeat you. He's a sword and shield Zora. Unusual, but he's fantastic with it. He cannot handle a spear as perfectly because he cannot control it very well with 2 hands. So a sword and a shield, he's fucking awesome with it. Then we have, but that I only forgot. That's the one I kind of skipped over. That's one of them, by the way. I'm gonna name him... there's Sidon... Mipha. Fucking Mipha. He's like Mipha, but male and very... He has a fighting kind of, lust. He has a battle lust, but it's only in battle. But if he's gonna step out and heal someone, he will turn into a kind one. But he's fucking terrifying when he's fighting. I'm gonna name him... Sam. Samus? No. Sidon... Mipha. Sidon... Mipha. Son? Yeah, Son. Let me call him Son. His name is Son. Then we have the... Wow, this is a long intro, I'm sorry. Then we have a Goron brother. He's the second in line to be boss of the Gorons. His name is... Bo and... I think I called him Colin. Or Cole. Like the ore. Oh fuck. I accidentally said colon. You know, Kobo. Maybe that one. But he has a weird name, but a lot of people just call him Cole. He is like he's like Yunobo, but he is also brave like Daruk. He's a shy guy, but he can fucking fight when he needs to fucking fight. He's like Yunobo when he's nervous. He's like Daruk when he is fighting. He is also a great sword user, by the way. And then we have the next line to be she is the next in line when her older brother or twin brother is gonna take over. She is the next in line if her brother is dying because he actually wanted. She doesn't. She is the most. By the way, I forgot to mention most of these. Is not gonna be the next leader. They are the second child or the third child in line to become the leader. So they mostly go out and do their own thing to make their own line or make their own adventure. She has a twin brother. The twin brother wants to take over the boss role of Ritos. She has accepted it, and she actually doesn't want it. So she's more a adventurous type, roaming around Hyrule, finding more secret areas that she can go with her friends, or go a little bit farther away from Hyrule and explore that part of the area. She's adventurous, let me just say that. Her name is Reef, or if her Reef. It's like a little nickname from Reef Valley, but more female, so Reef. Name is Reef, and she is a bow user, like all the others. She uses a bow also, but tends to also use the sword of the Ritos as well. Not the shield, only the sword. She does use the sword sometimes. Then is the last one in the friend group, or sort of friend group. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I named her Ginny, the reference to Harry Potter, by the way. She is the last in line to inherit the throne to the Garudas. She is the little sister of 2. She is 16. They are almost like... She's 16, same age as Belle, Eyes, and Sora. Yeah, the Princess Sora is 16 as well. She is a very formidable fighter with a... The fuck was that? She's a formidable fighter with the Garuda Spear and have control over a lightning field she can snap in, like her mother, Riju. But she is the third in line and is also more explorative. But she is she's excited as ever and is very focused in combat. And with Reef, she's arrogant and she's flaunt her kind of abilities a lot, but she's very kind to her friends. She will be arrogant, but she will not impose on any of her friends' accomplishments. And she is very focused like Ginny in battle. So that is the friends that is in Belle's sort of friend group. He knows them, he's talked to them a lot when they come to castle because he has to protect Sora. But he also visits them with Sora all the time. So that's mostly what happened. Belle explains about his friends and his siblings. He has 2 older brothers, 1 older sister, 2 older brothers. Belle has 2 older brothers, 1 older sister, 1 younger one younger brother and 1 younger sister. They're twins, by the way. I think I said they're twins. But he has a younger brother and a younger sister. He's mostly in the middle, but mostly at the end. He's in the between of his 2 older brothers, then his older sister, then him. So he's one of the middle childs in the family. So, and Sora is the middle child of the royal family. She has a younger sister and an older brother that will take over the throne. The younger sisters are also mostly there to help him out when that time comes. But like I said, Sora is a mostly curious child and has an inherent exploring the wilds like her father, but also curious about history like her mother. So that was, well, Belle's friend. He is his actual best friend to Sora. They consider each other best friends. And that's mostly what happened last episode. I wanted to do a what if Belle, well, Izumi was an Amazon from Danmachi this week. Probably will post that. I will also probably post this is a long fucking intro, and I have to explain that more in depth if you didn't see the last episode. I will probably post a second what if before the weekly one. But I do also have plans to do I play Full World again, and I'll also inform you if you didn't see the last time I played Monster Hunter World in the background. I have bought Iceborne, so I'm excited to play that DLC. So yeah, it's like a 17-minute rant from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's begin the video. And if you want to skip, if you have skipped to this time, go back. You need to know about this. Let's begin. We begin, well, 5 days later after after Belle got the commission or bought, well, not bought, but ordered a commission from Wealth of the Sheikah armor set and the sword. His swords the blades be, new blades be made for his handles of his swords. By the way, it's just the normal 2 weapons that Belle has, and just turn them red. They're literally the same colors as the Minotaur horn knife Belle got from Wealth in the original canon. But it's just the longer katana and the short sword blade he gets from Wealth but he got some upgrades from his armor. Okay, let me I will explain it in a later. But if I can. Okay, never mind. Bell ordered a commission from Wealth about a new armor set that looks like the Sheikah armor set, but in the kind of same patterns as the original armor from the Machi belt were in season 1 that he got from Wealth. So that armor set is gonna be made like the Sheikah armor. I will probably draw it and explain it. But that's mostly how the armor set is gonna be. I did say 5 days has passed, right? Yeah, 5 days has passed since when he ordered the sword and armor set to be made. But it took 5 days for the armor set and blades to be fixed because Wealth have to learn how to make the armor and then how to, well, make the blades. So Wealth took 5 days with Hephaestus' help of making it. So after Bell got them after the 5 days, Bell is surprised and happy how they got. But 3 days after Bell ordered his commission with Wealth, he was informed by a little incident that happened with Eyes and her friends. You see, because of Bell not having his armors and weapons at the moment of this incident, Eyes met the thing actually happened in the original canon where Eyes met the right hand man of the Uranus, right hand man. She met her in the dungeon. She went down and the others went after her. But Bell didn't get informed by this, but after they returned and Hestia, aka Hylia, was there to see them come back and got informed what they did, she got back home and told what happened, and well, Bell being a good person and wants to make sure that everyone's safe, but he's still fucking, well, he's good friends with Eyes, was not particularly happy about her decision. So he went over to actually see how she's doing to make sure she was fine. Not because of his developing crush on her. But funny thing, when he got there, Eyes was being punished by Loki by being embarrassed. So Loki put her in a maid outfit for 4 days until the beginning of the expedition happened. So when Bell arrived, the day after, 3 days happened. 2 days. 3 days. She was there. She returned on the same day. So the next day, on the 4th day, after Bell ordered the commission, Bell went to the Twilight Manor to talk to her and see what the fuck she was thinking when she made that decision to go alone. When he got in, he was let in by the guards of the Loki family. They have seen him. So they know he's a friendly guy and is the member of the woman that is literally dating their goddess, or the goddess that is dating their goddess. So he's allowed in, but not to go anywhere. He's allowed to visit someone or talk to them in the anything, or just train with one of them. That's mostly what he's doing. He's not allowed to go anywhere in the mansion. So when he was let in, he was asked around to where Ice was because he wants to talk to her about her foolish decision of going fucking alone. Also because of he didn't understand what actually happened. So Belle was informed she was in the common room of the Loki Familia's executives. So when he walked in and saw that maid outfit, Belle and Ice locked contact. They had eye contact when he walked in to talk to her about this. He stopped, looked at her outfit up and down, walked out, closed the door, walked back in again. Ice was wearing that outfit still. Belle just... So this is your punishment. And Ice, just hearing that comment, was just embarrassed. So after that, Belle talked to her about what happened. He was informed that a man with a cloak that had a male-female voice at the same time came to her, informed that the woman that attacked her on floor 18 would probably be there. So she went and fought her. Some few familiar members of Hermes died. I think that is true. In this battle. So that was... Belle was informed of what actually happened. And Belle nodded at his understanding she wants to get revenge, but still a little pissed about it. Said, "Alright, we're gonna spar then." Belle stood up and just grabbed the... Do you know what? Give me a moment. I'm actually gonna do something. Alright, so this is what she's wearing. I couldn't find the link to it. I couldn't find the picture again to give you guys the link. Because I lost it. I can't find the actual artist. If the person that made this. So yeah. I don't have the link to the person that posted the picture. But that is what Ice is wearing for a maid outfit. So after Belle grabbed the little collar made thing around her neck and just to start dragging her out to the training field, and Ice just, "Wait, I need to get combat." "Oh, no, you're not." Ice was confused for a moment, and then, "Wait, I'm not." "You're gonna fight in that outfit. And it's gonna be hard for you." Belle walked around the corner, seeing Tyone and Fia standing there confused, seeing Belle dragging Ice out in her maid outfit. Belle? Isn't that too early for a real relation?" "That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to spar against her." Belle said, just continue to drag her out to the field. "Shouldn't she get..." Lafia stopped after realizing what Belle was trying to do here. "I'm gonna grab a sword then."
Lufia yelled out to, well, Belle that just did a thumbs up with eyes just doing the help me motion when people are being dragged. After some few minutes, well, a minute, no, I think 2 minutes of walking out to the field, Lufia came with Ice's sword and, well, gave it to her. Belle grabbed another metal sword that was just for training, and Belle stood with it with eyes looking at him in embarrassment because people saw Belle dragging her out and is watching the fight. Watching this. Can I not get my... Nope, you're fighting in that. I have heels on. I can't fight in heels. What I mean is Ice is wearing heels with more tiny, Wait, is Ice even wearing heels? Wait a minute. No, she's wearing combat kind of boots, right? The fuck was... Oh, video game. Nope. There we go. What the fuck is Ice's boots? I forgot other... Oops. Wrong name. They're actual fucking heels or what? No, they're kind of combat heels, actually, so no. But Ice is wearing the more, not very comfortable, there we go. Ice is wearing uncomfortable, heels that is more for fancy dates and that kind of stuff instead of her normal combat boots. I can't fight in heels, I said with, well, Belle standing with his sword out. This is gonna be unfair. Belle stood there for a moment looking at Ice and then, you know, that's kinda right. Belle stood there for a moment and then... Maybe... He looked around to see Tyona and Tyone. Looking at him, and Belle just shouted, Hey, do you got some bears? Both of them looked confused, but saw where Belle was pointing. The others looked very confused. But Belle was pointing with his sword, and the girls understood, and Tyone rushed off for a moment, confusing the others. But after after like 3 minutes, she rushed back and walked over to Belle with, Why is she giving you a pair of heels? Oh well, that's very simple. You're getting more embarrassed, but I will be more I will make it more embarrassing for you. Belle took off the shoes he has on and just put them on, and everyone understands what the fuck is going on now. Belle is gonna fight in heels. And that is gonna kind of, everyone thought Belle couldn't fight in them. Well, it's not gonna think Belle is gonna fight very good with heels. Belle putting on, they're the kind of same thing as Belle's. No, Ice's heels she has on. And Belle drew the metal sword, and Ice drew her desperate. Now, we're gonna spar until you gave up, or I'm getting tired, or if you can't fight anymore, or I'm getting tired, this spar wouldn't end. But Ice is trying to, well, make sure that the skirt doesn't blew up so people could see. Oh no, that is the embarrassment. You need to, well, make sure that doesn't embarrass you even more. But before she could continue with her complaining, because she fucking would, Belle immediately rushed forward, but at the same kind of speed he's at level 2, and swung at Eyes, her blocking it, and both of them started to move around, but Eyes was moving more slowly, but Belle was moving normally, actually. Wait, you can fight in heels? Tyona yelled from the side, with Belle not actually responding for a moment because he's still sparring with Eyes. Belle swung, well, it's like their normal spars, but Eyes is more worried and not doing a lot to, well, because it's not her usual outfit, she has to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And Belle is just swinging, trying to make her move normally. After some few moments, Belle jumps back from Eyes, landing a little bit more far away, with Tyona yelling again. Didn't you hear me? I want to know, how are you fighting in heels? It's very difficult. Belle just looked at her and said, well, it was kind of a punishment for me and my siblings. Have to spar in heels. It was very uncomfortable, but I kind of got used to it, so any punishments we had to go through, worst of them was sparring in heels. If you don't know how to fight in them, I kind of learned. What the Tyone just cursed of how Belle could just fight in heels. Anyways, Belle rushed forward and started to struck at slashed at and trying to pierce Eyes so she would block and dodge. Most of the time, Eyes just blocked and jumped away safely as possible. But Belle also went hand to hand at one point, grabbing Eyes, well, around the... Belle grabbed Eyes' arm with the sword and do a flip, while over shoulder toss. But she kicked away and flew through the air. Luckily for her, nothing happened that was more embarrassing. But getting embarrassed by Belle that could literally fight in heels was more embarrassing than Eyes fighting in the same kind of footing. But no one expects a man to fight in heels. Belle just does it normally. After like half an hour, yes, it went that far in the sparring with no actual breaks, Belle using all of his tricks to keep up with Eyes. And because of Eyes being like level 6 now, and Belle being level 2, it's still fucking hard for Belle to even fight against her. He can fight on his own in a spar, but in actual fight, Belle will fucking struggle. And Belle in this fight is, well, using all of his techniques like smoke bombs, his disappearing act, and everything else to keep up with Eyes. So after half an hour, Belle got tired of sparring with Eyes, and then Belle did his disappearing act when he was in a deadlock with Eyes with her sword. Him disappearing and making Eyes, well, tumble forward. Belle appearing behind her and then, well, grabbing the arm with Desperate and bending her arm backwards onto her back and slammed her into the ground and stabbed, well, the power sword near Eyes' head, but still far away, so it wouldn't actually hurt her. Okay, I'm getting tired. It's been a half an hour, and you're definitely embarrassed. Eyes' face in this entire fucking fight was fucking red. And I need to say that fucking apple-colored red. She's never done this, by the way. She's never fought in a maid outfit. She's never been in a maid outfit. But fucking being embarrassed of being in it for the first day, and Belle coming in to, well, spar with her. This is the first day of Eyes' punishment. It's the third day after Belle's ordered his armor and sword. Sorry. Third day of Belle's armor and swords being forged. So it's 4 days. So 8 days after Belle will fix up his armor and sword, would the Loki familiar go on their expedition. But Belle, well, embarrassing her in her first day of punishment in front of the entire Loki familia, and he fought in fucking heels that Eyes could not move perfectly. She tripped like 4 or 5 times in the middle of the battle in the heels, and Belle just curb stomping her in the ground and just beat her in it. Was fucking embarrassing. And after half an hour in the battle pass, some of the Loki familia left, but some was still watching, like the Finn, Gareth, Riveria, Loki, Tyone, Tyona, Lufia, Beat, Raul, and Akiti, and some others was watching the fight. And some of them laughed at how this fight went. Some embarrassing moments for Eyes happen. And after half an hour and Belle restrained her, it was just more funny. Alright. Loki clapped her hands and walked down to the arena. That was quite an amusing battle. Definitely seeing Eyes struggle more. This is not funny, she said, just blushing heavily. Well, I can reduce the 4 days, punishment, if you need to. Yes, please. But you also have to go to the Hestia Familia to do some chores as well. At least there's not more. And you have to walk to the house in that outfit. Oh. She got more and more embarrassed. What, do you want 4 days of being in that maid outfit? I'll accept it. Alright, you did clean all of it up when Belle dragged you into a spa. So you're going over to the mansion. Well, the Starlight Garden today. And now, Belle released and got off while Belle was sitting on her back to make sure she didn't move, and got off after Loki was finished talking. And Eyes, sheathed her desperate and gave it to Lafia. Belle, do you mind escorting Eyes over to the Starlight Garden? Oh, sure. Belle gave the sword back to one of the Loki Familia member that he borrowed the sword from. And Eyes and Belle left to the, Starlight Garden. And holy shit, Eyes went nuclear red walking through the street of Aurario, and everyone just watching the embarrassment for Eyes. And everyone just whispered about it. But one moment, actually, with a drunk man, yeah, he was drunk in fucking afternoon, tried to grab Ice's buttocks to get a squeeze, but before he could even fucking touch her, a fist just slammed into the side of the man's head, sending him flying into an alleyway and into a bunch of into a bag of trash, with everyone seeing this just looking away after that. Luckily for them, it took how long I usually say it takes for go from Twilight Manor to Starlight Garden, and arrived. And after walking in, Hylia greeted Belle and Eyes, and Hylia, seeing Eyes in the maid outfit, said, "What are you doing there in that outfit?" It is not to surprise Belle, because he came with you. Belle kind of fucking stuttered at that. No, her punishment will be reduced to 2 days if she cleans up the Starlight Garden as well. I do have some few maid duties around the mansion that you can do. After that, Eyes was just put to work at the Starlight Garden, with Belle, actually going up to do some few paperworks, because he kind of didn't do them, but he had to do them actually. So he went up and did his paperwork. It took 10 minutes for it to be done, but yeah, Belle did some paperwork after 5 minutes of Belle and Eyes arriving. Ryu and Lily arrived back at the mansion. Lily going to talk to Miek and Nasa about some potions, and how the potion developments of the specific kind is. being the potion of armor boosting weapon damage, and all the other effects from Zelda. She went over to talk to them, but after walking in and seeing Eyes while cleaning the living room, she just fucking laughed, with Ryu just looking at her in confusion. After, well, Eyes' embarrassment, Hylia or Hestia told him about Eyes' reduced punishment, but she's coming over tomorrow as well to clean up more in the Starlight Garden. With Lily just laughing her ass off of this. But yeah, that's what happened in the third day. The fourth day, after, well, Eyes got done in the Twilight Manor the fourth day, Belle arrived and took her over to Starlight Garden. After she got done cleaning up that day as well, he took her back to, well, Twilight Manor. And after that night, Eyes' punishment was over. But she was clearly fucking embarrassed after that punishment. And after the next day as well, Welf came over and gave Bells his new armor set. Okay, so oh shit, I need a more better look at the Sheikah armor. Give me a moment. Sorry, I just need to see the Sheikah armor set. Okay, so Bel's armor that he has is the same as the Sheikah armor set from Breath of the Wild. But instead of just having the shoulder guards, the kind of rib guards, and some hand brace and chin armor set, well, armor parts, Belle has now a chest plate that is what I can see. The mostly Sheikah armor set is like more squared like. Belle has a armor set that looks like the shape, well, the same dents as the original armor set of Belle, but it's formed differently and has the same kind of armor set as the same kind of color as Belle's armor. But he also has a giant Sheikah eye in the middle of it. I need a picture of Belle now. I need to see what the fuck Belle Cranel looks like in this armor set. Original armor set. There we go. I need a full fucking picture of Belle's armor set. And that's not a full fucking picture. There's a full fucking picture. Okay. Oh, it's also quite simple. Belle's chest. Yeah. Belle's armor has a chest plate now with a one that goes up to the neck part, also being there. Belle, if you don't know, the scarf of the Sheikah armor set looks like the one from What If Belle Cranel Was an Item Maker scarf. Bell's wrist guard has a more it's more pointed in the original armor set of for Bell cranel, but now it's more square-like, and it also has a drawing of the Sheikah eye on the back of the hand for Bell's armor protection, where the two red crystals sits. Bell that is now drawn with the Sheikah logo on it. Bell's knee guard is the same kind of shape as the original, and the shin guards pieces are more rounded but still have square edges at the side for Bell, with the two side pieces of Bell original armor set being made and everything else. But yeah, I will say they look the same, but has an edge of gold and then brown in the armor sets. Yeah, that is actually mostly it. There's nothing more to say. That is the armor set. I think I'll actually draw that. Yeah, and Bell's swords will just be the Sheikah armor, actually. Oh shit, there's something in the... Oh, there's actually some few armor pieces on the back of the Sheikah armor. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah. It's just a Sheikah armor with some few Bell cranel's original armor set on. The sword. Armor, Sheikah. Huh? How the fuck does that... Where? What the fucking god, I have it! Okay. Yeah. So Bell's weapon is the fuck it, you look up Sheikah weapons, you'll understand. It's the handles are the same, and it's the same kind of blade, but it's just fucking red. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just red. The blades are red for Bell's armor. And Bell... Not armor, weapons. Bell's blades weapons are red and more powerful than there were beforehand. And after Bell looked at it and saw everything and seeing the armor pieces, Bell congratulated Welf of, the great job he actually did with the weapons. Welf did say Hephaestus had to help him when he was making the armor sets and the swords. Bell said it was fine. He's a new smith, so he understands if he couldn't make it. So it was fine that Hephaestus helped him. But after that, Wealth met Lily, that was in the squad. And those three actually started to go to the dungeon together. And after going down to the 6th day, third day, it's 4 days, so it's 7. So 7 days. After Bell got his armor pieces on the 5th, he went down the 6th day, 2 days before the 2 days he has before the expedition for the Loki Familia. He took to, go to the dungeon with Wealth and Lily, and they earned a hefty amount of money and drop items for Wealth so he can make a new armor set for Lily. Give me a moment. After, the 2 days go by with Wealth, Bell, and Lily going down to the dungeon to do, go down further, being that Bell and Lily has already been to the 18th floor, but it was mostly because of the help of Ryu. If Bell and Lily was planned to go down to floor 18, it would take more effort for them to go down. So Bell and his group stayed around 12 to 13th floor for these 2 days. So after, that, Bell and... Sorry, if you heard that. Bell and Hylia went to where the expedition was about to go off and said goodbye to the Loki Familia. And Bell seeing eyes again. She has been over for 1 day on the 6th to talk to Bell. It was just a normal friendly conversation, by the way, nothing that really happened. But when he said goodbye to the eyes, he just asked a simple question. Please, if you can, stay safe as much as possible. I will assure you I will do great in the dungeon. I mean it. Please, be safe. Eyes looking at Bell's face, nodded. Of course, I promise. After that, the Loki Familia went on their expedition down to floor 59. If I'm correct. Or 58. Floor 58. But after they left, Bell was kinda scared. He wasn't informed about Ice's little excursion beforehand, but after he heard of it and knowing she was okay, was scared for a moment, but calmed and little bit angry that she didn't ask for help. But now he was nervous for her. He has a good relationship with Ice. They are friends. He knows it, and she knows it. They're friends, and he is worried about her. But he also, if he actually wanted to protect her in the dungeon, he knows she's a competent fighter and can kick his ass. But Bell is highly afraid to losing friends. Yes, he can be calm, he can be joking around, he can be very, very fucking serious about a lot of shit, and he can be terrifying. But losing a friend to Belle fucking hurts. Belle sighed and walked back to the Starlight Garden with Hylia and Loki that returned. Well, Loki went with Hylia to just stay with her for a few days. She did inform the rest of her family she will be out with Hylia. So don't worry, I will be safe. Loki message. So, yeah, Loki is gonna stay probably like 2 days with Hylia. Or 3 days if you're gonna count this one. So Belle and the others actually went into a routine for around 3 days. After the Loki familia left. But on the 3rd day after going back from the dungeon with Wealth and Lily. By the way, I did say that Belle gave around like 90% of his earnings into the Hylia Familia and Hestia Familia vault, or their bank account, and I think I said he took 10% of it. Yeah, that has earned the Familia very good money. So Belle has been asked by Hylia, by the way, to stop giving them 90% of his earnings. So now Belle is giving around the 10% he got. He's giving that to the Familia Vault, with him taking the 90% of his earnings. Or did I say? Anyways, if I said it wrong, fucking roast me in the comments. But what happened, Belle gave 90% to the Familia Vault so they can grow their money quicker. And Belle is now, there's a lot of money, Valis, in the bank account. So Belle is now giving 10% and taking 90% to himself. So after that adventure, 3 days after Loki Familia left, Belle, Wealth, and Lily went into the Hostess of Fertility. And sitting down and talking a little when, Ryu came over and sat down, next to them. Oh, Ryu, you're not at work now? No, I am, off work now. But I came to see how you three were doing. We're doing great, Wealth said with a smile. Being with these two down in the dungeon has helped me a lot, I must say that. Yes, I can say that. Given that, you haven't been deeper like you told us. You said you were on the 9th floor most of the time? Yeah, going down to floor 13 now is quite amazing to see the ores down there. And the, mid-drop items is very great. I almost done with Lily's new armor. Really? Lily said, happy. I can't wait to see it. You'll be surprised, Little Lily. Stop calling me that. No, I won't. Lily growled and Belle just laughed at the interruption, but at the bar, a hooded figure was sitting there and then looked over at Belle's table. No one from the table saw them, but the person behind it saw. There you are, little Sheikah. A woman's voice came from the hood, but didn't do anything yet. Bell sat there with his friends talking about some new plans. But yeah, we have gone down to the 14th floor, but no, 12 to 13. We have gone down to the 13th floor, but Diana won't let us go down further. She won't allow us. Even though Yeah, it kinda sucks, but listen to your advisor. Maybe you should get a party member. Wait, can we just... Well, looked at Ryu. I'm not gonna hold your hand. You have to figure out that yourself. I'm much stronger than all three of you. Not combined, but I am very powerful. Yeah, if we got help from Ryu, we wouldn't get anything done. Mostly she will take the fighting in hand. Yeah, you're kinda right about that. So we have to get another party member, huh? Well, before Lily could continue, a man came over and stood over the group. You looking for party members? Little white shadow, looking at Belle. With that, let me tell you about yesterday for Belle. You see, the natives happened after the Loki Familia left in the original canon, and I want to keep that. So, after the Loki Familia left, the natives happened with the gods going in. And because of Belle's, everything like happened in canon with all the nicknames, but Belle's were more weird because Belle is wearing the kind of the hood from his white scarf and is wearing a mask. So you can mostly see his eyes, but his scarf and his hair looks like snow. And most of the gods that have actually met him described him as a shadow, a person that can walk into shadow and just disappear. So Belle's nickname was given as the White Shadow, like Mikoto's nickname was like Black. What the fuck was Mikoto's name from original canon? Whatever Mikoto's name, it has the same kind of sound to it. But Belle is called the White Shadow because of his hair and his cloak that's just covered up, and all the rumors that has around Belle, because people have noticing a dude just disappearing with nowhere, and Hestia and Loki and Hephaestus and Miek gave the information that Belle is a very sneaky man, so he can disappear like that in front of people. So he was given the nickname White Shadow. So yeah, going back to the, situation, Belle looked at the gruff man in front of him and just stared. And what do you want? I heard that you need some buddies down more in the dungeon. Yeah? So? Why do you not come with us? We're a bunch of level 2s down in the middle floors. We have been there for quite a while. Oh, I can see where this is going. Well said. Well, whispered to the group the man didn't hear it because he was blocked it out. But if you're gonna join us, why don't you share some... But before, well, the man could continue, a feathered hand landed on the shoulders of the man. Now, why are you so hasty? The man stopped, looked at the fucking feathered hand, and looked back at the cloaked figure that was standing there. And now that the group actually saw what's under it, Belle recognized her immediately. The person that was under that cloak, and Belle was shocked to actually see here, was Reef. One of his friends that he, well, became friends with because of Princess Sora. She was here standing behind the man that looked at her in fucking fear, by the way, because he has never seen a Rito. The man looked at her in fear and was about to, well, grabbed his sword and said, "What is a monster?" But before he could continue, Belle stood up, grabbed the sword, well, blocked the man so he couldn't pull it, and, well, make sure that he was a little bit away from, well, Reef. Okay, listen here, buddy. I understand that you want to, well, harass... No, fuck. That's not what my words said. Belle grabbed the sword so he couldn't pull it and grabbed under his neck and pushed him away and said, "Alright, fucking, I don't understand why you want to talk like shit to me, buddy. But I want to fucking inform you, that is not a monster. She's not from the dungeon. She's from Hyrule, and she's a race called a Rito. Bird-like people that fly through the air. So I will fucking say this, don't fucking harm her, because she's not a monster. And if you try to pull that fucking weapon, I will fucking..." Before Belle could say anything else, Mamma Mia came from behind. "That's enough, boy." Belle stopped and looked at Mamma Mia and just nodded and stepped away. Well, released the guy, around his neck and pulled away from his sword. With the guy stood there in kind of fear of Belle's words. "Listen here, buddy," Mamma Mia said. "You have to pay for your meal and get the fuck out of my restaurant before I kick your ass out." "Yeah, fine. Hurry up before I make your spine mine." Reference to a video series. Your spine into a... Fuck, I can't say this. Shit. Your spine into my pleasure thing, Mamma Mia said, with the man just fucking terrified, and his group that was behind also terrified. All of them paid and rushed out, and the rest that was surrounding the bar was fucking terrified of Mamma Mia at that point. Belle huffed at the man leaving and smiled at Reef that was there. "Hello, Reef. Reef. It's good to see you again." "It's great to see you again, little Sheikah." By the way, she's 1 year older than Belle. Yeah. what are you actually doing here? Belle said, walking over to the table where, well, him, Wealth, Lily, and Ryu were sitting. And Ryu, that was sitting across from Belle, scooted a little more in, with Reef putting her arrows, quiver, and bow to her side with her sword as well. I kinda got adventurous and wanted to see you. It's been almost 2 years at this point since I've last seen you. Yeah, I know. How's everything back home? Everyone is doing... I want to say good, but... we shouldn't talk here, Belle. Reef looked at Belle with kindness in her eyes. I don't want everyone to hear about, well, you know. Yeah, okay. Anyways, how adventurous have you been? Oh, I must say I've been quite adventurous. Flying over a mountain, defeating some few creatures along the way. I'm quite special. And that's that arrogance that I've kind of missed. I'm not arrogant, I'm prideful. Yeah, we can see about that, Reef. Belle and the others, well, talked to Reef and, well, Wealth being curious. And Lily and Ryu as well. Say, what? Belle said you are Rito, right? I've heard some few stories from... Well, I've heard some, 2-3 things from Belle over here one day. But how good are you? Oh, you mean at fights? I am quite good. Even got a little, well, tie with him. Yeah, that's when we were younger. I can still beat your ass. Oh, you want to tell that a little more, Sheikah? I thought the last fight that we fought together, I won 5 times in a row. Yeah. Belle grumbled at this with Reef laughing at his reaction. It's quite great to see you how you're great again, Belle. Yeah. I must say, by the way, Reef is a white Rito, like her father, Tulip. Instead of brown ends of her feathers, it's more lighter green. Yeah, Tulip, I think I would say, married one of the music the girls in a Rito village. He married I think there was a green one. I think he married, I will say, Tulip married her and have the 2 children. So yeah, Reef is white, more white feathered, but had green ends of her feathers. Green, had a little end of her feathers, and is more green in color. Anyways, I must say, Lily looked at, the bow of, Reef. That's quite an interesting bow. Belle looked at it and realized, wait, isn't that the bow of the leaders of the Rito? Ah! Reef picked it up and showed Belle. Yes, but it has more my flair, you must say that. The bow is like Rivali's and a Tulip bow, but instead of it being bluish gray color, She has painted it white with green endpoints, like her colors. You painted it white? Yes. Because I am not taking over the leader of the Rito, I would rather have it my own colors. I got one from father. Well, it's not that one, but it's another one built up. Well, made for me. So I made it in my own style. I see. Belle looked it over and was quite surprised how it looked. Must say, you did a great paint job. Very well, thank you very much, Belle. After some more conversation, Belle and the others left for Starlight Garden, with Welf heading back to the, Hephaestus Familia. After some few more conversation, Reef decided to stay with Belle for a little while. Well, stay with Belle and his familia. I'm quite explorers, and seeing a dungeon spawning with monsters is very exciting and very much what I want. Reef said with excitement, walking with Belle and Lily and Ryu to the Starlight Garden. People looking at her was scared, but seeing her talking and walking with Belle, people was terrified, and actually one Ganesha guard came over to Belle to try to understand what the fuck was going on. Belle explained, this is Rito, not a monster. And Belle said, if you do mind informing the guild. The man nodded and walked off, and Belle informed him he will go tomorrow with Reef. He will post a note about her and the race that will probably come to Orario if they will. After, that incident happened, Belle and, the girls went... Belle and the girls went to the Starlight Garden, and, after walking inside, they met, Loki and Hylia sitting on the chairs when they were walking in. Oh, children, how were... Hylia stood up, walking over to, the others when she saw... Oh my, a Rito. Hylia walked over to look over Reef. My, I must say, it's been quite a while since I've seen a Rito. Thank you, ma'am. But I must ask, you have the... Oh, you probably have never. Hestia stood back a little and, greeted. Hello there. My name is Goddess Hylia, or Hestia. That's my second name. And it's great to meet you. After hearing, Hylia introduced herself, Reef, being shocked, bowed, went on one knee and bowed to, Hylia. It's an honor to meet you, Goddess Hylia. Oh my, child, please, don't bow. Hestia helped Reef up from, her kneeling position. Please, I must say, don't bow to me here. I'm just the goddess of this humble familia. But you are Goddess Hylia. You're the most important god in Hyrule. Yes, and I must say, I'm very happy to hear my people are fine. But I must ask, you never do that in front of others. You can respect me as much as you want, but please, never bow to me. If you, as you wish, Goddess Hylia. Reef said and, well, bowed to her. Now, you have a lot to introduce yourself. Reef went to the couch and actually met Goddess Loki, actually meaning another goddess, well, actually meaning a goddess, greeted her formally as well. Loki just said, calm down, just talk to me like you do with other people. I like talking to people like normal. Reef, hearing this, kind of calmed down at this, and Reef introduced herself. She's Reef, the twin sister of the next chief of the Rito. She is, well, has been around Hyrule a lot, but decided to come to find Belle after Belle's letter, well, arrived to Hyrule. So she decided to come to Orario to find Belle and see if it was true. And she actually informed about something else. And I must say, I think 2 weeks, some very important people will come to see you, Goddess Hylia. Come to see me? Yes, the Queen and King wants to see the Goddess Hylia. So they will come in 2 weeks to Orario. Belle, shocked and hearing about this. Wait, the King and Queen? Yes, they will arrive in 2 weeks' time. They're taking one of the floating boats of Rito to travel fast. Yeah, that will be quite quicker than horseback. It took me 2 years to fly over here. Well, get over here. Yes, and it took me 2 months to get here. I was informed 3 weeks ago that they are taking off to, Orario. I said 3 weeks. No. 2 weeks ago, I was informed that they will arrive in a month. And it's been 2 weeks, so probably 2 weeks from now, they will arrive here in Orario. Everyone was shocked and Belle was nervous. But they got more talking done and everyone went their own way. Even Hylia and Hestia went to Hylia's room. But after that, the only 2 people left was Reef and Belle. I must say, it's quite an honor to meet Goddess Hylia. Yeah, it is. I was quite honored to meet herself. Her in her full form after I gave the gifts from the King and Queen. I must say, your adventure to find her actually came to an end, if I must say. You did good, Belle. Yeah. You seem much happier than before you left. I am. Hylia is actually a great person to talk to if you have problems. I've talked to her for a few days and it has helped me a lot. I must say, it seems it has been working, but I must ask on my own accord. How were you? How are you feeling after the execution? After, you know, How are you feeling, Belle? I'm better. Belle looked down at the floor when we pan out of the window, and Reef talked more about, well, what happened. And that is going to be it from this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Good morning, goodbye, farewell. See you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.